friends, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know or if you're joining us for the first time, I'm Dolphin, but you can call me Coco, and I'm the Coco Goddess. So today I have a different video for you guys. If you are joining for the first time, this is the perfect time because we're going to get to know each other a little bit better today, or at least you're going to get to know me. So I asked my friends on Snapchat to send me some questions so that I can do a random facts / Q&A video. So I hope you guys enjoy. So let's get right into it. I have 20 questions and I'm just gonna go through and answer them for you guys. So the first question is, where did you get the name Coco from? So this is actually really interesting because I have no C's in my name at all. I was never called Coco before. And it actually stems from Coco Goddess. I got that name all in once, and it came from a friend of mine named CJ. So I make it very, very, very well known that I love chocolate skin. Like, it's one of the greatest things in life for me. So on CJ's birthday, I told him happy birthday, and he responded with, "Thank you, Coco Goddess." And I was like, I think I like that nickname. So I changed it to my Twitter name, not the username, but the actual name that shows up in your profile. And then I decided to change my Instagram name to that name. And then people just kept calling me that. So I didn't want to just be a Coco Goddess. I wanted to be the Coco Goddess. And that pretty much stuck. So that's how I got that name. So thank you, CJ. And no, you cannot have any rights to this name. What's your real name? So my real name is Delphine, Delfine. Huge pet peeve when people spell that wrong, especially since it's pretty much on every social network possible. If I have an account on that social network, my name is there and it's spelled correctly. That's Delfine. So get it right. How old am I? I'm 24 years old. One is going on 25 this year. When is your birthday? So I was born on November 4th, and I am a Scorpio. Shout out to all the Scorpios out there. Y'all are amazing, regardless of how evil people want to make you seem. You're not. Let's see, where were you born? I was born and raised in New York City, and I still live here now. What are your favorite hobbies? So my favorite hobbies are, believe it or not, this is real. Besides eating and sleeping, reading, sewing, and ballroom dancing. Those are my favorite things to do, literally. Especially like Latin dancing or Latin ballroom, salsa, tango, waltz. Love them all. The next question is, are you what you wanted to be professionally? If not, what? So no. For a long time, I wanted to be a pediatrician. And then I took a science class and it didn't work out. And I thought to myself, rather than kill somebody, I should probably just find a new career choice. So yeah, that didn't work out. And then I really wanted to be like a civil rights leader / motivational speaker, which I feel like is closer to what I am now than pediatrician ever was. Like, that was just, no, I was gonna kill somebody's child. So no, I'm not what I wanted to be, and thank God. The next question is, what decade do you think you belong in? I think fashion wise, somewhere between the 1940s and the 1960s, when women started wearing pants and when suits were very popular, suits and hats and matching satchel bags and gloves and the pumps. I think that that's where I belong. If not then probably right now. Those would be my two options. So definitely sometime between the 1940s and the 1960s. The next question is, what would you want to come back as in the next life? So I thought about this. I probably would want to either come back as a dolphin, because my name means dolphin, and I feel like dolphins have a pretty good reputation so far. Other than like weird dolphin rape stories. But other than that, I feel like dolphins are doing pretty good. Or maybe like a bat, because I feel like bats don't really get bothered. I don't know if that's weird. That's probably a really weird thing to say, but honestly, I feel like a bat would be a good choice. Yeah, and I feel like nobody bothers them. I mean, they're unwanted though, so maybe not. Let's just go with the dolphin for now. And dolphins get to be in the water all day, so winning. What is one materialistic thing you can't live without? I would definitely, hands down, have to say my MacBook. So I am definitely an Apple girl, as you can see. And with my MacBook, I can answer iMessages, I can send emails, I'll obviously provide it. I have Wi-Fi. I can record videos, I can upload videos, edit videos. I can even take phone calls on my Mac and make phone calls. So I pretty much only need my Mac. Like, I can get rid of this phone if I have my MacBook. So definitely my Mac is the one materialistic thing I cannot live without. The next question is, what's your favorite social media? So I'm on so many. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, SoundCloud. I'm sure there's another one that I'm forgetting. But I'm on so many, but I think my favorite would definitely have to be Snapchat, just because Snapchat allows me to be 100% myself. I can do all of the shenanigans that I would normally do, and people can watch, except it doesn't feel as rehearsed as a YouTube video or as structured as like an Instagram post. It's like very free, very natural, very authentic. So I really love Snapchat for that. And if you're not following me on Snapchat, get your life. Come follow me. You can cook with Coco. You can watch a Coco concert. Get your life together and follow me on Snapchat. The next question is, cell phone or hair products on a deserted island? So I think the real question here is, did I know I was going to the island or not? Because if I knew I was going to the island, then I know that I would have washed, deep conditioned, braided, moisturized, sealed, and put my hair all under a protective style like a wig or a full head of weave. So I think I'm going to go with cell phone, because I feel like I trust myself to have already taken care of my hair. There you go. The next question is, how many times have you been in love? So I kind of hate this question because I never know how to answer it. So I think technically twice, but really once, because it's the same person, if that makes sense. I think there definitely is a difference between loving somebody and being in love, and I think that would go to only one person, just twice in my life. If that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but whatever. You guys get the point. The next question is, what was your first pair of heels? So my first pair of heels, if you want to count wedges as heels, and my first pair of heels was in the 7th grade. I wore white wedges from Baker's for confirmation. If you don't count wedges as heels, then I wore white strappy stiletto sandals with buckle details for my 8th grade graduation. So there was something going on with me in white shoes then, and it's so weird because I literally have not worn a white shoe since then until this year. Yeah, so it's like I wore white shoes all those 2 years, and just like all through middle school, and like didn't wear white shoes ever again until this year, literally this year. What was your first business flop? So in middle school, I used to sell school supplies to my classmates. I used to sell them pens, paper clips, staples, whatever I could find, because my dad had this like home office and it was just stopped. I was like, this is a good way to make a quick coin, until I got busted. And that is where I first learned the word soliciting, because that's what my dad said it was called, and he said I was a solicitor, and that's illegal. Yeah, I think that was the same year that Cassidy's I'm a Hustler came out, and I used to like walk around and be like, in my head obviously, because I'm not that cool, but I used to be like, I could sell salt to a snail, like I'm a hustler. Like I really thought I was a hustler. Yeah, No. That ended real quick. Fun fact, this is one random fun fact. When I was in high school, I used to tailor the shirts and the pants of my friends, male and female, to make their pants skinnier and to make their shirts fit tighter. So I was like the high school tailor for some kids. That was me. Who are your best friends and why? So I think it's important to have a well-rounded group of friends. I think one of the key slogans or key phrases that I live by, my motto, is that everyone can have a seat at the table, but each person needs to bring something to the table. If you don't bring anything to the table, then you don't eat. So in order to make sure I have a well-rounded table, I am fortunate enough to have come across and been able to hold on to a very diverse group of friends. So I have one best friend that is amazing at being there when I need her without me asking her. She knows what I need before I need it. She is like my right hand. It's almost like she can think what I'm thinking as I'm thinking it. I have another best friend who is very similar to me in stature and in life, pretty much. We've just been through so much together. I have another best friend who is a free spirit, who is just one of the most amazing and open and honest and carefree people I've ever met in my life. I have another friend who is a prayer warrior. So I have best friends for different reasons, but they all bring something to the table. So I'm fortunate enough to have a well-rounded group. Top 5 rappers, dead or alive. I'm a little disappointed in myself because this list doesn't include any females, but if I had honorable mention, Eve and Foxy Brown would make this list. But my top 5 would have to be Tupac, Jay-Z, DMX, Eminem, and Jadakiss. Don't debate me. How do you deal with negativity and disagreements? So as far as negativity, I think that I was lucky enough that my parents taught me to kind of not stoop to the same level as people and to really try to see the good in people. Most of the time, I'm sure you guys have heard this and it's probably the most cliche statement ever, but most of the time when people come at you with something negative, there's something going on with them or you got something that's really, really good. And I've learned that, and that's just human nature for a lot of people, that they automatically want to react to your positivity with negativity. As far as disagreements, if I'm honest with you guys, I don't deal with disagreements. I don't like disagreements. I'm a very non-confrontational person. It's very frustrating to me because I think people equate non-confrontational with scared or childish, and that's not the case at all. I just know myself that a lot of the battles are not mine to fight. And I think that I kind of also, as an adult growing up, I've almost gotten accustomed to this idea that people are not going to automatically listen to what you have to say or hear you out. A lot of people are automatically on the defensive. So when it comes to disagreements, I tend to not even be interested in starting because I don't feel like you're going to hear me out anyway. So if I have ever taken the time to have an argument or a disagreement with somebody, I really, really, really care about that person, or I really care about either fixing it or showing you my point of view. And the last question, when did you realize you were okay with being? So again, I have to attribute this answer to my parents. I think that they did a phenomenal job of giving my siblings and I a deep understanding of who we are as individuals and teaching us to stand firm in that understanding. So I can say that I have always had pretty high self-esteem. I haven't really had too many issues, luckily for me. And that, as you get older, it's something that is not so much innate as it is practiced. So you have to constantly remind yourself of who you are and pray and focus on who you are inside. So as you grow and as you evolve as a person, you have to continuously fall in love with yourself. And that is something that, you know, as I said, luckily my parents instilled in us at a young age, but I've made it a point to keep making sure that I fall in love with myself over and over, especially at different stages in my life. I think though when I turned 23, like on my 23rd birthday, like I think at that moment I kind of really was like, all right, you're pretty dope. Like I really like you. You're cool. I like you very much. And I think that also what helps is the idea that there are things that you can change with plastic surgery. There are things you can change with makeup. There are things you can change with the way you dress. But there are things that you just can't change no matter what you do. And as unfortunate as it would be, you know, if you want to be sad about it and cry about, oh my God, I wish I was this, I wish I was that, I wish I thought differently, that's fine. That's your choice. But I know that if I can't do anything about it, why would I spend the rest of my life harping on something that there's nothing that I can do about anyway? It's kind of like God made me this way, so I'm going to just deal and continue living my life and be happy anyway, or I could let it ruin my entire life. And I refuse to do that because that's too miserable. And again, that's another daily decision. So it's not like the easiest thing ever, but it works. So definitely when I turned 23, but I think falling in love with yourself and making a conscious decision to be okay with who you are is a continuous thing. And you should never stop trying to love and fall in love with yourself. So that is it. That is the end of this Q&A. I have some more leftover questions, but if you have any questions that you want me to answer, feel free to shoot me a snap. Follow me on Snapchat at Coco Goddess if you're not already. You should also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. If you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, hello. Now you know me way too well to not subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, whether you are milk cocoa, dark cocoa, vanilla cocoa, dulce de cocoa, all kinds of cocoa, you are still a goddess. Stay chocolate. I'll see you next time.